Hey watch friends, today we're going to take a look at a pair of Revelot, and this is their latest model, the Hexmariner. I believe this is actually going to be the first ones that have been debuted in the wild, so I don't know about you, but I'm excited to take a look here. As I mentioned, we do have two of these, and I did cheat a little bit here, started to cut open this packaging just to get a head start to save us some time. But we'll be looking at a pair of these. These are just early prototype models, so do keep that in mind. These there will be some production changes. I'll have all that information for you. There's going to be a full review coming as well. So we'll share, of course, more of that in the full review. But for now, I wanted to give you at least a quick first look at these. These will be coming to Kickstarter in about a week, and I will have the full review available before then. All right, so sliding this open, first, you've got a nice texture on the exterior of the box. You have the Revelot branding here. If you by chance caught my Revelot R9, the Veloce, I believe it is, if you caught that review, it looks like it's similar packaging to that, so I suspect they used the same one here. Then inside, we've just got some final production notes. As mentioned, I'll go ahead and pan these quickly just so you can see some of this that's going on. So there's two of them we're going to look at. We're going to look at the stainless steel, and we're going to look at the bronze as well. As you can see, they had already given me a heads up on this, but there are a number of things that will be changing, and again, we'll look at those throughout. So take that for what it is, with just being early production models, or early prototypes, that the production model will differ there. All right, so first, let's take a look. We've got the stainless steel one here, and I'm going to set aside the bronze so you're not cheating and looking at that before I do. All right, so this one is the one with the embossed texture, and let me go ahead and get a microfiber cloth here, wipe that down a little bit. So this one is the black on black. They're going to have a number of different colorways that are available. Basic specs for this, and we'll get all the full specifications, but this is going to be a roughly 42 millimeter case. You'll see the reason for the name of Hexmariner is that this is loosely based on the Submariner. And the reason I say loosely is this is not just another homage watch. This has a lot of changes throughout, from the hardware to the different accents to the shape of the case, all different kinds of things. So this is one that I think will be much more interesting, though this actually comes in at typical AliExpress level pricing. These are going to be starting at around $239 for the stainless steel that you see in my hand here, which is just crazy to me. But in hand, I've got to say, first impression, this feels nice. The machining, especially for being an early prototype, is nice. I like this edge on the bezel. You can see the integrated crown guards there, signed crown. Get a decent hold on that. You can see this has an NH35. Got that started moving there. Let's check this out on wrist. Just flapping it on there. So this is on my 6.5 inch roughly wrist. You can get an idea as to how that fits. Even though this one does have male end links, you can see plenty of room to spare, so I think this will accommodate smaller wrists than mine, as well as much larger, so I wouldn't get scared away by the 42 millimeter if you typically like a 40 or thereabout size. As far as this pattern, this is one of the things, and do note with the handset, one of the things they're going to be changing is they're going to kick these out. I am actually pleased to say I was involved in some of the early renderings. I'm honored to have been able to provide some feedback, and one of the things I recommended was changing around the hands here. It originally had more of a nod to the Mercedes style, but with a hex, and now it's incorporated into the tips. You can see how that has hex tips, and then similarly, I recommended extending these out, and that will be made into the production version there. I am not, however, affiliated with the company, just had the opportunity to provide some early feedback. But this pattern, though, that's one of the things I think is really cool on this. And, I've got to say, I like this in renders. So far, at least, I'm really liking the way that plays with the light. Check that out, going a little more shadowed, and it kind of disappears, and then really get that pop and that 3D depth to that. So pretty sweet there. This bezel insert, I believe, is a ceramic bezel insert. And you can see there, it's a nice polish. I love a good polished ceramic bezel insert. So I think that's a nice touch. This hardware is going to be gilt. Looks like it's like a paddle style for that. Let's check the bezel action. It's not bad. It's not amazing. This is one of the things I know they're going to improve. Grip is a little bit tough to get a hold of around here, just because it does protrude at the case, so you do have to kind of pinch in. If you go on the side, you can definitely get more. The purchase isn't too bad. The action is decent. It's not anything to write home about, but it certainly I felt significantly worse as well. And again, that is something they specifically are intending to tighten up, so that will be significantly improved there. But let's go and flip this around one more time, give you a full look. Oh, that's pretty neat. So this case back here, I wondered how that was going to be. You can actually see, so not only does it have that gilt accent going on there, but you can actually see the rotor going through, which this was just having NH35. I wasn't honestly that excited when they said exhibition caseback, but this is pretty sweet. I like the fact that it's a partially obscured exhibition caseback. That's a really neat touch there, so you can see the rotor moving, but you don't really see the undecorated movement or anything like that. You do have quick releases here on the back of the bracelet. Let's see, bracelet articulation seems like it's going to be pretty decent there. Fairly good size links on this, so we'll see how this adjusts to my wrist, but the drape seems like it's pretty solid there, so I'm looking forward to checking this out further. But let's give you one more look at this one before we switch over to the bronze. I like what I'm seeing so far. All right, so for this bronze one, it looks like we are checking out the green, and this is going to be, so it's green with actually a meteorite dial on that. So let's get a better look there. So this, again, you can see it's going to be ceramic bezel insert, again, and it's a polished ceramic bezel insert. You can see, and yes, that is genuine meteorite there for that. Love that dial pattern. Always a big fan of meteorite. And then you can see, again, this is going to have a lot of similar carryovers, so I can pull those next to each other. You know, sizing, everything else is going to be very similar. Of course, just a difference in the case material. The bronze, I believe, is going to be coming on this silicone strap, but this is a dust-resistant silicone strap, which is a nice touch there. And comfort, I can tell you already, this one feels like it's going to be very comfortable, very supple, and I remember that R9 being very comfortable as well. This buckle is not going to be bronze. It's going to be an IP coated for that, so you can see just a coating there to try to match. And they did already go with some coloration, not only to match the strap, but also once this patina's up, I suspect that'll blend better. So that was a good foresight there, as opposed to going with a pure rose gold coloration for that. And then again, you know, the crown seems decent to grab a hold of. Flipping around here, you can see the machining is going to be pretty similar for this as it was for the stainless steel, as you'd expect. But I don't want to spend too much time on these. This ultimately, like I said, this is just a first impression here. I wanted to share this with you as soon as I could. There's what the bronze looks like. Again, on my 6.5 inches, so this gives you an idea of a strap as opposed to having those male end links. And then give one more shot to pan in with both of those side by side, give you a difference of the 3D texture versus the meteorite dial, and then that black polished bezel insert versus this green polished bezel insert. And in the full review, we'll get outdoor lighting and all kinds of things going on too, so you can check it all out. But so far, I really like what I'm seeing here. I was excited when I saw the renderings for this, starting at around $239, and this one's, I think, like $329 for the meteorite dial variants of that. Both of these, I believe, are going to be available with 3D embossed dials or meteorite dials, so you can pick whichever case material you want, whether you want a bracelet or not, as well as which price point and which dial style you want to go with. So do definitely stay tuned for these. I am looking forward to spending some time with them, giving you more real-world feedback. But I hope this has been helpful for you as a first look and a teaser for what's going to be coming to Kickstarter. If you did enjoy this, please do smash that like button. And most importantly, if you haven't done so already, helps out the channel hugely if you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to find me in another medium, you can find me on Instagram, links in the bio, and then there's also Amazon affiliate links, those kind of things if you want to help me out. Thanks for watching.